Hi there, this is John Kenworthy and welcome to the review. Reviewing your own or someone else's performance is most effectively done using the feedback sandwich. When considering your own performance, think of 3 specific things you did well, 1 thing that you intend to improve, and overall what you did well. Write it down in your journal, and I highly recommend saying it out loud to yourself. When considering other people's performance, observe 3 specific things that they did well, 1 thing that they need to improve that aligns with your intended outcomes and theirs, and overall what they've done well. Write it down. Deliver that fluently as possible to the other individual. So, what is this feedback sandwich? The feedback sandwich is all about giving feedback that is heard and understood, motivational and acted upon. The whole point of giving feedback or reviewing yourself or others is to improve performance, right? But how often have you received feedback? And I mean at all. And if you have received feedback, was it positive or negative? So tell me, what did you do as a result of the positive feedback you received? Not a lot, huh? And what did you do about the negative feedback you received? Not a lot either, huh? See, often we don't act on feedback because the feedback is either all motivational, pat on the back, well done, good job, which makes us feel good for a moment. And then when that good feeling dissipates, well, we go right on doing what we were doing. Negative feedback, on the other hand, demotivates us. The chances are very high that when you last received negative feedback, you felt upset, defensive even, perhaps angry, and ready to blame someone else, and you felt like crap all day. Did you change as a result? Some of you might have. But most people, well, once they hear negative feedback, they stop listening and/or stop understanding. Because all the defenses come right up and block out rational thought. So when you give feedback, because you want to be a much better leader than you ever had, right? Well, you prepare and deliver a feedback sandwich. Works every time, but you must prepare it. Watch the short video that I've drawn to help you get the fundamentals. Yay! Did you like the video? The drawings were reasonable and the sequence time just right. The characters helped show the emotions, and if there was one thing to improve, it would be the speed of the initial drawing. Overall, a very good attempt at video animation. Well done, me. Yet, that's me giving me a review and feedback on the video in the feedback for the feedback sandwich. You may well think, and probably rightly, that there are many, many things that I could improve upon. And you'd be right. I'm not an artist. And I mean at all. I was thrown out of art class at school for being so bad. I can improve, but I take it one thing at a time. Just one. Why? Because I can work on one thing. So how does the delivery of the feedback sandwich work? This is a chart showing motivation on the vertical and time on the horizontal axis. From low to high motivation. You start by telling the person 3 specific things they've done well. Then we tell them one thing to improve, and it's joined by the word and. So you did this well, and you did this well, and you did this well, and if there was one thing to improve, it would be one thing to improve, and overall you did this well. Always join with the word and. No buts. And. We deliver the one thing fluently. That's why you need to be prepared and practice. And immediately follow with overall what the person has done well, which begins to lift the motivational level again. So the one thing to improve is demotivational. Overall, the motivation comes back up. So from high, 3 things the person did well, beginning to prepare for, there's something about to happen. One thing to improve, demotivation. Overall, what you've done well. I feel good. Now, lifting that motivational level again, and the brain, the limbic brain specifically, has now linked in that person's memory 3 specific positive behaviours with one thing to improve. And overall, that you're pretty good at what you do. The brain is already rewiring itself to adjust behaviours and neural pathways to bring about the change in behaviour, the improvement. Some of my clients don't even rationally hear what the improvement is, but they do change their behaviour. So the feedback is heard by the unconscious brain, not always the conscious part, and understood, linked to positive, affirming emotions, and you will improve. They will. How long? Well, that depends on what the change is. Does it take long to deliver? No, 1 to 4 minutes maximum. To prepare it though, well, yes, you have to observe at least 3 specific things, factual, that the person does well, and identify the specific improvement that aligns with the outcomes and the purpose you desire. Do this once a week with a team of 10 staff, and that's 500 plus incremental improvements a year. Now your performance as a team is going to skyrocket, isn't it? Worth the effort? You betcha. So let's wrap this up with a summary of how you give a feedback sandwich. Remember, this works as a caddy, a coach, a mentor, a parent, a friend, and of course, on yourself. So the caddy, that's you. You prepare the sandwich. You say 3 specific and work-related things the person does well. Give the facts on one thing to improve, what you saw or heard. Make sure you depersonalize the information and do give other examples if it's appropriate. Say overall what the person does well. Your client, the other person, simply says thank you. Start using this today. You will notice changes and improvements in your team, your family life, your home life, something your spouse needs to change, something your kids need to change. Work with anybody using this feedback sandwich and teach others how to use this. This is the single most powerful way to gain improvements in performance. Enjoy, and I look forward to hearing about your feedback on this tutorial.